Hello everyone. It's all part of the big circle of life. You have life, and then inside there you have all this point that's marriage. I don't know, parents. You have hobbies. When I work in my business or I go to work as employed, I'm actually jump out of the circle of marriage. The marriage circle fit inside the business circle. The father was like, I need to make money, I need to make money, I need to make money, and then was so focused on making money that he forgot that he even had a family. First Timothy 5:8, let's say, but if any provide not for his own, and especially for those in his own house, he had denied the faith, is worse than an infidel. A lot of people, they can take that verse and say like, see, if I don't provide and I stay home, I'm an infidel. Everything that is in the Bible applies to us and apply to God Himself. Once you put these things in place and you not go against any of these things, all the other stuff will come together and you will prosper with no problem. Hello everyone, welcome. Giuseppe here again with you, ready to give you some motivational word, help you figuring out something in your business that you now have thought before. And as I always say, the title of my podcast is Unlike Marketing, because it's not all about marketing, but we can find marketing things inside our life, and it's really important for me to give you an idea of how getting better in your marketing, getting really scale your business. The same time, I also want to make sure that this is connected to your lifestyle and your life. It's all one. What I mean with that, it's really important to me to starting with what I saw in my life with my wife and what business meant for us when we started. You have seen our podcast already about we discussed it about how our life together, how business played the roles. But I wanted to take some time right now, personally, to speak about priorities in life. A business is not something unrelated to your life. It's not something that's disconnected to your marriage or disconnected to your life or your hobbies and everything. It's actually everything works together. It's all part of the big circle of life. You have life, and then inside there you have all this point that's marriage, family, I don't know, parents. You have hobbies, and you have to kind of connect together. And many times what actually we do, we think about that, we jump out, we actually think, hey, when I work in my business or I go to work as employed, I'm actually jump out of the circle of marriage or life, the life of marriage, and go into a new circle. And sometimes we tend to be like, hey, business, and need to kind of actually we trying to make it the marriage circle fit inside the business circle, because we need to work, we need to provide, we need to make it happen, and we are forcing ourselves in this situation where it's super unhealthy for our health itself, but super unhealthy for our marriage. And why I say that, because honestly, reading the Bible, you will notice right away that there is none saying that one of our top priority is job, is working. Yes, the Bible say we need to work, but even when Jesus say the most important commandment, the top of my commandment are love God with all yourself, mind, soul, and soul, spirit, and body. And then he said that to love your neighbor as you love yourself. You will notice that the first commandment means that first priority in our life is God. And when I say God, I don't mean church, I don't mean fellowship, I mean God. I mean you and God, vertical relationship, means open the Bible, read the Bible, speak with God, that type of things, not church. Church serving is not on top priority. Then we have, and you see right after that, God say to love others as you love yourself. Now you will notice that like how you are able, you see a lot of people think that love other is at the same level of yourself. No, it's not true. Love yourself, it's higher, because like if you don't understand how you love yourself, you cannot love others. Then it's not on the same level. There is no same level. There is, God is literally saying like, hey, you need to understand how you love yourself. You need to understand to love yourself, to love others. And now funny things is that like if you know, whenever you got married, you become one with your wife, right? This is what the Bible says. It's not 50% one, 50% other. We come out. No, it's like you, the fullness of you is, and the fullness of her get together, and you become one as a fullness. Means that she's part of you, and loving yourself means that you have to have love her. Like that's, it's yourself. It's not only you anymore, but yourself. She become part of yourself. Does make sense? Because now you're one, means that yourself, it's not you alone, stand alone, but it's actually like it's also your wife. Means now we have God first. Means if you're single, it's yourself, and then there's and then we go in the community side. But like actually, when you're married, is like it's God. Now it's yourself with your spouse, because your spouse is like God say like give. If you're like husband, you have to surrender your life to your spouse. Um, Means like it's second place, and then third place if you have children, because are part of you, part of yourself, and then finally you get in the community, love others. Now there it's where like the game come, but it's really important to understand the first three position. Okay, that's something I had to teach myself. Had to work really hard on that, because mostly as a man and woman, now they do a bit more the same, but like men, we have written ourselves like it's totally something inside of us that we are the provider. We need to provide for the house. It's like something bigger than us. If you know God and everything, like you have Jesus, you have the Father mind inside of you, you really feel like God. God is the type of God who always want to provide for us and want to give us. We are the same. Like if we as soon we have a wife and children, our focus is provision. We need to provide. We need to make money. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I need to make money, and that's why also when people say like, "Hey, I cannot have children because I don't have enough money," you want to make more money, have children. Because once you have children, all the people I know is where they start to make money. Because like there is like something happen inside of you that when you see that baby, like your mindset, who you are change, shift. You and your wife will change forever. So much so that you will know how to make money. You will start to really know how to make money, except you are really like you don't care about anything. But if God is in you, I'm pretty sure you're gonna see that the first things like as like an animal instinct, the most like you are gonna all your mindset is gonna be I need to make money, and then and there where we need God, we need Holy Spirit, because it's gonna get really unhealthy and really fast. I see many marriage where like the father was like I need to make money, I need to make money, I need to make money, and then was so focused on making money that he forgot that he even had a family. He was like, oh, all I need to do is like just taking this money, and as long as I bring money in the family, that's all he needs. But like that's not true. Remember that a wife need your love, and love is not money. Money is not equal love. Love is different. Love is like spending time for you. Love can have like 5 different expressions. You need to know what is that language for your wife, and you need to give that to her. It means create boundaries. It means putting her first, because again, she's second place on your list. She's not fifth, fourth, fifth, or 10th in your list. Actually, job, because after like you first plan your time with your wife. First you plan time with your with God. Second you plan time with your wife. Third you plan time with your children, and then what remains goes to your hobbies and your job. That's gonna help you to keep everything in control. um and that's really like what is gonna actually give also success in your life, because that's put you in a place where you are gonna start to trust God, and also having a faith that's above what you like. It's not even faith, I call it confidence. And actually I will speak that more in my book that will come soon, but like that's where we're gonna unveil the fact that like faith itself is actually like confidence. We can see some places in the Bible where faith is actually can be translated as a confidence. And yes, having confidence that God provide. And why I'm saying that now, there is a verse that people they can use, and sometimes I had kind of like people using also to tell me that what I'm saying is not true, that work is one of the main priorities. If we don't provide, it's gonna be really bad. And it's actually First Timothy 5:8 that say, "But if any provide not for his own, and especially for those in his own house, he had denied the faith, is worse than an infidel." And a lot of people they can take that verse and say like, "See, that's the point. Like, see, if I don't provide and I stay home and I spend time with my wife, I'm not going out like gathering money and everything, I'm an infidel. Like God will not like you." He say like, "His day that I deny the faith. Where is the faith?" But we forget that the Bible is written by God, right? God wrote the Bible, means that everything that is in the Bible applies to us and apply to God Himself. Then that verse specific, like apply to God too. Now, when we in Christ, we are part of the house of God, right? We are part of the body of the body of Christ. Means that Christ is the Son of God. We are the Son of God. Means we are part of the family of God. We are part of the house of God. Means that what He wrote there is true for us, but is also true for God. Means that God is the faith. Like God is a representation of faith. God cannot be an infidel. Means that He as first and most, He's the one that apply first this verse. Because like, if for me I have my family under me, like above me I have God, and God is part of like me and my family, we are part of the house of God. Means that actually the owner here is not me. I'm a steward. I'm not owner of this family. I'm not owner of this house. I'm steward like what God has given me. Like I'm just like part of like, this is part of what God has given me, but the owner of all of this is God. Means that this verse applies to God even more than to me. And God is telling literally there that like it's impossible this force to fail, because like God is the God of faith. God is not an infidel. He never goes against His word. Means that He is the first provider. He has to provide for you. There's no way. And this doesn't mean that you're not gonna work. You have to work. You have to go out and use your skill, because God give you a purpose and a place to work, and He wants you to use your skill to bless other people. But that doesn't mean that you are the only provider, or you are the provider. You are not the provider of family. God is the provider of your family. God is the provider for you, and is gonna give you all you need. And it's gonna give you mostly wisdom to understand what you need to do, where you need to work, what you need to change in your business. I don't do in my business everything by myself. I ask God as much as possible. I try to remind myself that God is part of the business. I need to ask Him what I need, what need to be done, and where I'm gonna work. And another great partner for that is my wife. It's important that you make your wife part of it, even if it's not her in the business. Sometimes you like, not sometimes, but like she can listen to God. She can give you answer to things that you might have been like deaf to it, or like blind, like you could not see or hear. Then God is gonna use your wife. Then the time you will take to spend with your wife, you will see that will bring even more success to your business. And I promise you, it's not gonna fail. Give priority to God first, and to your wife second, and your family. You're gonna see that it's gonna be such an increase of prosperity in your life that you will not be able to handle it. And then I also want to give you another verse that it's really important. Psalm 127, chapter 127, verse 2 is it really is senseless to work so hard from early morning to late at night, tooling to make a living for fear not having enough. God can provide for his lovers even while they sleep. That's another reminder for you that he's not saying that it's senseless to work. It's important to work, but it's senseless to work 24/7. Working with fear that you are not going to make enough, with fear that there's not going to be enough for your family. That's not the way you want to be. You want, again, and that's the busiest way to go through that, to make this simple for you, is giving you priority. Start to give priority. Start to put moment inside your calendar. For example, like Saturday should be for your family. Saturday for your wife, maybe. Sunday can be for playing with your kids, church and going and playing with your kids. And then maybe the other 5 days you can have still like 1-2 hours for your kids and for your wife, but then like remember to give God. That means like have at least 1 hour, 1 hour every day where you're gonna read the Bible and speak with God. And you will see that once you put these things in place and you not go against any of these things, all the other stuff will come together and you will prosper with no problem. Thank you very much for being here, and I want to hear from you. Like, if you have any thought and you want to share something, you can find my information in the description. I will put information regarding my social profiles, my LinkedIn, and yeah, send me a message. I would love to reply. Also, leave a comment. If you're looking this on YouTube, leave a comment, and I will love to hear what you have to say. And if you apply what I said, also I want to hear your testimony. Have everyone have a great day, and see you soon.